Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Michael Kuhn.
And I'm Logan Johnson. Muncie residents will soon have a scenic spot to sit and have a picnic right on the White River. NewsLink Sam Folletic tells us how a multi-million-dollar project does that and so much more.
The Muncie Sanitary District officially completed a $10 million project this morning to move stormwater from downtown and the south side to White River. The canal, named Liberty Pass for its location near Washington and Liberty Streets, is about 1 block long and is part of a $48 million city proposal to improve the surrounding area of the riverfront. As a part of the canal opening, several city officials spoke at this morning's ceremony, including Steve Nutt of Bowen Engineering and Mayor Dennis Tyler.
That we're willing to invest in ourselves, that we're willing to invest in quality of place and quality of life. And this project is just a piece of that puzzle as we move forward.
The canal plan was originally intended to be a 3-year project, but was finished in about half the time.
We worked around major downtown events. We worked around the holiday season because, again, with the downtown businesses, holiday season is really important to them.
The riverfront development plan also includes a pedestrian bridge that would connect downtown to the western area of Muncie, including Ball State University, giving a second meaning to the pass in Liberty Pass. Tyler says the new canal is just the beginning for what is to come in Muncie. He says Muncie has a vision, and it's a positive one. In Muncie, Sam Folletic, NewsLink Indiana.
The Sanitary District is also planning a $5 million project that will pump the stormwater out of the underpass and hold in above-ground tanks. The system will also filter dirty stormwater before it goes into the river.
Well, it may have looked like fall today, but for many, it sure didn't feel like it. With temperatures topping out in the lower 70s today, many people went outside to enjoy everything from longboarding to lying around. It was a great day for campus tours, but Paris Bousselon, is the warm weather here to stay?
It was definitely warmer for today. The high was actually about like 71 degrees. It is currently right now. Pretty warm. We're going to take a look at the radar now and see what's happening. Not a whole lot of action, but we can actually see some of the rain that's actually taking place in the west. And it will not be affecting us too locally as of right now. It was definitely, we've been having some October heat for this week. Definitely not your typical fall weather. Kind of feels like August right now. For the evening, it's going to be pleasant and cloudy night, perfect for that evening stroll if that's what your plans are. But for the football game, we may be having some rain that lies ahead. Back to you guys at the desk.
Alcohol Awareness Week means more than daily events around Ball State's campus. NewsLink Indiana's Rebecca Brumfield is live with more.
Alcohol. Some say it's poison, others not so much. It's that time of year when alcohol awareness hits an all-time high. Anna Stakowski believes that a week of awareness should open up more conversation about alcohol.
Not just during Alcohol Awareness Week and not just because parents are coming and not just because you have big grades coming up. You should be academically driven the whole year and you should be wanting to make your parents proud the whole year.
With high expectations from Stakowski, John Adams says he can tell how old customers are by simply looking at their hands.
I think that friends helping friends out. You know, a long time ago, one of the things was friends don't let friends drive drunk.
While Adams sees a trend in responsible behavior, Brandon Brown has to take action at the door.
If anyone's been to a bar in general, you usually get ID'd at the door. We do that. And at that time, of course, you have to be 21 to enter. And if they show signs of over-intoxication, they will be denied at the door. They will be asked to leave.
Stakowski agrees that action should be taken to keep a safe environment.
I would say don't be afraid to do what's necessary. If you think someone is really in need of medical attention, I don't care if it gets me in trouble. I don't care if it gets you in trouble. If I need help, I want you to come through for me. I care much more about my life and my future than not getting caught.
As Parents Weekend begins on Saturday with a golf outing, you can attend the Cardinal Zone 4 hours before kickoff at the Ball State tailgating field for free food, games, giveaways, and live music.
The FBI has opened a hate crime investigation into an attack on a Muslim woman at Indiana University. IU has expelled Tristan Bickford, who is accused of attacking a 47-year-old Muslim woman and trying to take her headscarf. According to the Indy Star, Bickford had been drinking and hadn't taken his anti-anxiety medication prior to the incident. Bickford is now facing multiple felony charges and is scheduled to appear in court on Friday. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has been testifying in front of the House Benghazi committee today. She answered questions from lawmakers about what happened before, during, and after the 2012 attacks on the U.S. compound in Libya, which resulted in the deaths of 4 Americans.
I've lost more sleep than all of you put together. I have been racking my brain about what more could have been done or should have been done.
The emails that were exchanged on Clinton's private server between 2009 and 2013 were a main point of discussion. The frontrunner for the Democratic presidential nomination has been fending off questions about Benghazi throughout her campaign.
Governor Mike Pence says $250 million will be borrowed from the state's budget surplus to pay off a recession-era federal loan. The loan was used to pay unemployment benefits after the state used up its own funds. Without the payoff, employers would have had to pay a $126 penalty for each worker. Restaurant food delivery services are becoming a trend. Brittany Bajay is live in the newsroom with more on Muncie's new delivery service.
Muncie and Yorktown areas, and one woman recently decided to put the delivery service to the test.
This is Marwana Smith's first time using transit delivery, and she says this is a change.
I normally just go to the restaurant myself and pick up my food. But I mean, if it's less of a hassle for me to just order from there, then I would do it again.
Smith says using the service saved her some time.
But most of the time on weekends, you have like a 45-minute wait until you can actually sit down at a restaurant to eat. So if that's going to cut 45 minutes out of waiting, then why not? It was pretty cool. Like it said, it was going to take about 45 minutes to come, but it only really took maybe about 25.
Hi. Thank you.
That was fast. I ordered ice cream with my meal and I didn't get it. And I'm thinking, okay, it's probably in the bag, and nope, not in the bag. And I'm like, okay, so let me call them back.
Smith says it wasn't long before the mistake was corrected.
It was about 5 minutes, which was pretty good timing, so I'm guessing he wasn't too far away.
Overall, Smith says the service is a good one.
They just got to work on the making sure everything is together part. But other than that, it's a good service. Like, I won't knock him from that.
Julie, asking to look for rechargeables for because I know they shouldn't exist.
Transit Delivery is currently partnered with 15 restaurants around the city and will deliver your food for a delivery fee of $3.99. In the newsroom, Brittany Bajay, NewsLink, Indiana.
Coming up, a fall favorite may cost you a little more this year.
And find out how a Muncie haunted house is going beyond the thrills when NewsLink Indiana returns. You know, Michael, the weather was beautiful outside today.
Oh, it sure was. I just wish I had more time to enjoy it today. Paris, is there more warm weather in store?
All right, now it was definitely a beautiful day on the Ball State campus. Definitely much warmer weather than what we are used to. The high today was 72 degrees, which is actually 10 degrees higher than your average of 62 degrees. We're going to see a low of 58, again, relatively higher than your average of 42 degrees. So we're going to take a look at our national temperatures here. And as you can see, it looks like the southern temperatures have hit the northwestern region. Over in Los Angeles and Las Vegas, we see the 70s degrees here, and in Muncie, it's 69. So we're almost kind of relatively the same as the California and Nevada area, which is very interesting for the middle of October. And now let's take a look here locally. 79 degrees in Bloomington and 66 degrees at Fort Wayne. So if you're going to be driving south from Fort Wayne, just that 2-hour trip, you're going to be feeling the temperature change in the southern Indiana. So currently it is 69 degrees and cloudy, still very pleasant, very nice for that evening stroll if that's your plan. I would definitely plan to take a light jacket if you have plans for the duration of the evening. And so we're going to take a look at the radar again. Still not a lot of action happening, but as you can see, there is some rain coming from the west, and that rain is going to make its way up. You can see the clouds and the precipitation coming to the Muncie area. Now, it's not going to affect us in the super near future, but for Saturday's game, unfortunately, the rain will be arriving. So pack, your umbrellas, maybe a tent, a poncho, anything to stay pretty dry for Parents' Weekend. So tonight it's 50, mostly cloudy, not super chilly like last week when we had the chilling kind of frosty feel. Tomorrow it's going to be kind of like a spitting image of today, 72, partly sunny, just 1 degree less of the high of 73, which is beautiful. And now we're going to, of course, take a look at our 7-day forecast. We have 60% chance of rain on Saturday, which is unfortunately going to be seen on that game. And with all of this rain, unfortunately, we are seeing cooler temperatures for the duration of next evening. All of this rain is bringing cooler temperatures, and look at that chilling high of 49 degrees on Thursday. So unfortunately, the warm weather is not necessarily here to stay. It's just kind of like a temporary peekaboo at summer.
Ooh, I don't like the looks of that 49-degree high.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, it's high school volleyball sectional time.
And a local soccer team is making school history. Your NewsLink Sports is up next. If you're looking for a scare this Halloween season, there's a homegrown option here in Muncie. NewsLink's Danielle Jones has the story.
In a last-minute decision, the Oregon Trail is cleared to open. Neighbor Chris Bassett, who lives next door, is scared to go through the trail, but she's happy that she could be a part of it.
It's awesome. It really is. We sit in the house when we're not out here watching it. You'd listen to everybody scream, and it's just great.
I don't want nothing out of this. I don't care about money. Don't want nothing to do with it. I just want to give it all back to the community.
The haunted house is scheduled to open tomorrow, and owner Michael Kahn says that they hope to go pro next year. In Muncie, Danielle Jones, NewsLink Indiana.
The haunted attraction is located on the 2000 block of South Grant Street in Muncie.
Welcome to NewsLink Indiana Sports. I'm Rochelle Snyder. High school volleyball sectionals are in full swing. Last night, Wapahani took on West Dell in an intense match. The ladies of Wapahani beat West Dell 3-2, and they will be facing Muncie Burris tonight at 7:30. Other area matches taking place tonight include Muncie Central taking on Homestead, nationally ranked Yorktown will meet Blackford, Delta faces Hamilton Heights, and Monroe Central will play LaPel. Staying in high school sports, Muncie Burris men's soccer team has seen some changes this season. Harold Loosman stepped in mid-season as a new head coach. He rearranged player positions, he changed the game plan, and those changes have proven to be successful as the team prepares for semi-state. Loosman said the team has been very adaptable, and since he took over, the young men are playing for the team and not just for themselves. Loosman's game plan has been simple. Take things game by game. Don't get caught up in the excitement, and focus.
We do it step by step. We take it game by game. We're not looking very far ahead. We only look as far as the next game, and that should be our focus. And that's what I told the team this week. This is our focus. The next game, semi-state, that's where we need to be ready, and that's where we need to perform.
The Owls are excited to head to semi-state on Saturday, taking on Mishawaka Marion. But Loosman said that there is a bit of pressure on them to succeed since no Delaware County men's soccer team has ever won semi-state. Switching over to Ball State, football continues this Saturday here in Muncie. The Cardinals will be taking on Central Michigan Chippewas as part of Family Weekend. Ball State is 1-2 at home, while Central Michigan is 0-3 away. Kickoff will be here at 3.
A family-friendly attraction is kicking off the Halloween season this weekend.
Your entertainment news is next.
Finding a gun in
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Katie Schaefer with your entertainment news. Ball State's Theater Education Department and Cornerstone Center for the Arts have teamed up to give back to the youth of Muncie with some Halloween fun.
Tonight launches Cornerstone Center for the Arts' first ever kids-friendly haunted house, Nightmare on Main Street, with the help of Ball State students. Jeff Robinson, Director of Community Relations at Cornerstone, said the stars aligned when he reached out to Ball State professor Michael Dane for help, and he agreed.
You know, the stars aligned, and luckily for us, he was available, and luckily for us, he's got all these great students to help us out.
Dane said this was a great opportunity for the future theater teachers to practice problem solving and creativity while working late hours to create a fun and spooky experience for kids.
For about the last 2 weeks, we've been calling in our tools and our severed heads and wraps and all sorts of nasty things for the older kids section. It's going to be an incredibly exciting, entertaining, fairly scary for the older kids, and a great deal of fun for the younger kids, sort of haunted experience.
Dane said he is proud to work with such a great group of kids. Ball State freshman theater education major Emma Leary is excited to be able to give back to the Muncie community.
This is an awesome opportunity for parents who want to take their little kids to, a haunted house, but they don't want them to be too scared, and it's free, which is, just great too.
Nightmare on Main Street has been promoted on social media, and Robinson said they've received about 500 RSVPs on their Facebook event. But as long as a couple kids have a great time going through the haunted house, they'll be happy.
Nightmare on Main Street starts tonight, and it goes again tomorrow night, and then next week again on October 29th and October 30th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Cornerstone Center for the Arts. And don't forget, this event is free and open to the public. Emmons Auditorium is bringing the wilderness to the stage. Circus Alphonse Timber is a new kind of circus, mixing the circus acrobat and lumberjacks. The show features lumberjacks performing acrobatic feats, juggling, and jiving to folk music. The axes will be sharp and the beards will be long at Emmons Auditorium this Saturday. Tickets are $5 in advance or $10 at the door for Ball State students. Sesame Street is welcoming a new character to their team. Julia is a new girl of a special show titled Sesame Street and Autism, See All in Amazing Children. Julia has autism herself and shows how children with this disorder can lead happy lives. The Sesame Street special is available as an app and on desktop right now. In the newsroom, I'm Katie Schaefer, NewsLink Indiana.
And Paris, do you have a final look at what our weather was going to look like for this weekend coming up?
Well, it was definitely a beautiful day today. Not your typical fall weather that we see, but it is here to stay until tomorrow and kind of into Saturday. But unfortunately on Saturday, we're going to be seeing quite a bit of a good amount of rain at 60% chance there. So if your family's coming up, I recommend just bring a few of umbrellas just to keep everybody covered. And then as you can see, for the rest of the week, we're going to be getting slightly cooler every little bit of the day. And eventually, unfortunately, into the end of the week, we're going to be starting to see some more of those colder fall weathers that we're pretty much all familiar with the high of 49 degrees on Thursday. I just don't really like and a low of 31. So